Good afternoon, everybody. It's all about semiconductors. They're holding the whole market together right now. So keeping an eye on them is going to be important as far as not being negatively surprised if they start to roll over. You can see they're right at 250 bucks. $250 call strike is the largest open interest in calls expiring this week. So why it's stuck there for the moment, ideally, if it goes sideways here, and sometimes it might take a half hour, an hour, maybe it accelerates where we get an end of day breakout. If it consolidates here for a while, keep an eye on that. Right now, you can see the bullish trend that it's in. It's making higher highs and higher lows. We can see the pivots. Momentum really hasn't stalled that much on the 5-minute time frame, which is the distance between the pivots. It has gotten a little smaller, and we're starting to get a red bar here. Still, 5-minute bar has, let me find my 5-minute chart, one of them, about 2 minutes to go. So the bar is not done. It could be a wide range bar, and that's one of the things to look out for to see if, it's going to stall. A wide range bar possibly ending. So here was a wide range bar igniting out of the base. So as prices are going up, if you were to get a wide range bar after this move up, that could be a wide range bar ending. The other thing to look for, which would be much more obvious, would be a deep retracement back down toward major support, the pivot low prior to a higher high. Right now it's just trending up. It looks good. It's near all-time highs. The 250 is a sticking point for the moment. NVDA dragging the market with it again. Coming out of this big base supports it going to 1200. I think that's in the cards. That'll be a sticking point. You can see, probably, I haven't looked at it, but probably there's a big open interest. Usually is it a whole number. AMD mentioned in the weekend letter, got turned around. It looks fantastic. I believe as long as it closes like this, it's going to play some catch up. And while it was showing relative weakness to say NVIDIA, I think it might start showing some relative strength or being pulled with it. On semiconductor, not looking as good. Just looking through a few. That one's at resistance. MU is near, I think it might near all-time highs. Looks that way. So that looks like it could go higher. Marvell, that was mentioned. That looks good. Could be more of a catch-up trade. Some flies in the ointment here. We talked about this pulling back to support and the weekly time frame being in an uptrend and a buy setup here. And this could be what drags broader markets down, but maybe the semiconductors, because if this continues to move up, it's going to affect everything. So keep an eye on that. Obviously, a wide range bar taking out this resistance at the next pivot. But if this continues to move up, the market is not going to enjoy that. Intraday, it's pretty much a chop fest here going on. Qs showing relative strength. And, they did pop up here. This was some kind of whipsaw. I don't know what went on, but I mentioned in the green room, that over here, as that popped up, immediately the ticks went almost to minus 1,000. And we got this dip in the broader markets, and it just came right back again. So you're not going to break these Qs here in any significant way unless the semiconductors give it up. Just an inside bar on the daily chart, so just running in place. S&Ps running in place, just chop fest again, going nowhere. We call a frog in a blender pattern. It's just a big, big mess. The Dow is the weakest, just grinding down on the 5-minute. We'll see if it closes under the 50 MA. And if it does, this unfilled gap here becomes a focal point. So we'll be seeing what happens there. The Russell, where are you? Where's my symbol for the Russell? I'll just type it in. I'm going through that thing. Yeah, it was right there. So just a lot of things trading inside last Thursday's wide range nasty bar. This is starting to roll over and break down. Biotechs, grinding lower. What's holding up here is XLE, showing a little bit of strength, but that looks like it might break. And KRE, that looks like it's going to move lower. Kind of a pseudo 1, 2, 3, 4. Usually the one bar, the wide range bar, comes out of a consolidation versus having dropped, and it's right on the 50 MA, so not ideal for a 1, 2, 3, 4. Nonetheless, it looks like a continuation pattern. And continuation patterns are moves that are not out of a base. They have an initial move, and then they consolidate, and like this gapped up, and closing that way could be a measured move down to the 200. And if that's going down, and if these financials continue to go down, and interest rates continue to go up, semiconductors, I believe, will give it up, or at least trade sideways, or they may pull back, a normal kind of pullback that'll form in the next buy setup. So overall, things are pretty choppy. We know where the strength is, we know where weakness is, and we know where the potential to turn the whole thing lower is, and that is developing. As always, if you have any questions, email us, Greg and Dan at Master Trader.